Hello and welcome everyone to our new video on software testing. And in this, we are going to talk about bug reporting. Okay, so software testing, as we know, it's why we do software testing and what is the importance of software testing. I have already made one video on this, which you can find in. I'll share the link in the description, which you can find, and you can go through it. Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about bug reporting. Now, what is bug reporting? Bug reporting is a systematic logging of your defects, right? When you log your defects or when you report your issues and defects in your software development lifecycle. Okay, and what is its significance? So it plays a vital role in software development lifecycle, as we know, especially in agile and DevOps methodology, where frequent iterations, okay, where the iterations are frequent, require your precise tracking and resolution of bug. Why so? Because the iterations are so frequent. If you don't report bugs precisely or effectively, or your steps are not clear, then it will be difficult for developer to, you know, resolve the bug faster. Your turnaround time will be much more. So effective bug reporting is necessary, and it helps your stakeholders or your management to understand the things like where are we stuck, why are we stuck, and all those things. So let's go further. Let's dive deeper into this. Okay. Now, as I told, that bug reporting is important, and why it is so important. So first thing, it's improve software quality. Obviously, if you write a bug, if you found a bug and if you report it, it will get resolved and it will improve your software quality. Okay. Reduce development cost. So fixing bugs early is cheaper than addressing them post release. Obviously, if you find bugs as soon as possible in your software development or in your development life cycle, it will be good rather than your bug goes to the production and your user or your stakeholders tell you about the bugs. So it's important to find them as early and to report them. Okay, and once obvious, and you improve your user experience. Okay, how, like, if there are less numbers of issues in your final product, your user will be happy, right? We try to reduce the issues as much as possible, but sometimes it's not possible that you cover 100% of bugs, like you have reported completed the whole product, you go through, you tested whole product and you find every bug. The chances are less to find each and every bug in your product. So but the what I say, what we try is to find as much bugs as possible so that the final product will be good. Okay, your user will be happy to have such kind of product, and it speeds up development. Obviously, if you report bugs or if you log the defects in very structured manner, you with every details and all that, so your turnaround time will be much less and you could be able to deliver your software faster. Let's move to the next one, and it's like understanding software bugs. Now, there are different kinds of bugs, okay, and how they impact your softwares or your product. So first, see about syntax error. Now, syntax error here, what I meant is, it's not just about the text on your web application or in your software. No, syntax error here, what I means is error in code. Okay, code structure due to incorrect syntax. Now, what does it mean? So let's come take an example of an e-commerce website where in which we will see, or let's take an example, if e-commerce website where we have certain function to calculate price. Okay, now let me write it down for you. For example, there is a function called as calculate. What does it calculate? It calculate your price. Okay, I mean, after considering the text. Now this is parenthesis, and here return. Okay, so this is, I'm considering a JavaScript example. Okay, guys. So return, what you will return is price plus text. And suppose if the developer forgets the parenthesis. Okay, just take an example. I'm giving you an example. Ideally, there should be a closed parenthesis, but for this, well, just to understand, let's consider that the developer forget to add the closing parenthesis. Okay, so now how does it affect? So now if this JS file is used to calculate the final price after the tax, so when the parenthesis is missing, so you could get some incorrect value, or not just the incorrect value, you could get some 506 errors or some syntax errors in your web. So this is one example. Second is logical errors. Now, what does logical error means? Logical error means there is a flaw in your algorithmic design. Okay, so understand this. Consider a navigation app. Okay, consider a navigation app. Navigation app means the apps that tells you the route where you want to go. Okay, when you use, mostly when you drive or go somewhere. So let's consider this, the navigation apps, and the navigation apps show you the shortest distance. Okay, shortest distance. Now if suppose that this app considers shortest distance only using distance, okay, it is not considering the traffic. So there is a flow, or I will say this is a flaw. Flaw means FLAW, flow. Okay, so this is an issue with the algorithm, that it is not considering the traffic, it is only considering the distance. So when a user use this, it could, he or she could get stuck in the traffic because your app is only considering the shortest distance, and it is not considering, or it is not taking traffic into the consideration. So your end user might end in traffic or stuck somewhere just because you're not considering traffic, and you could show him a wrong route. So that's your algorithmic or flow in your algorithm. Okay, that's your logical error. Now there could be runtimes error. Okay, runtime error means your system crashed. Okay, for example, there is one application in which you download hundreds of files. Okay, there are multiple users who download something simultaneously. Okay, and if 100 users are downloading files at the same time, maybe your application could crash. So that is your runtime error. And how do you check this? Obviously with performance testing tools. So this is your runtimes error. Okay, where your system crashed. Fourth one is your UI UX issues. UI UX means user interface and user experience. Okay, and these issues are quite irritating for your end users. Okay, if they don't understand your product, if your user interface is not that good, and it could, if your interface is not good, it will lead to bad user experience, and if it the bad user experience, your user might not use your application or your product. He or she will switch to some other product. Okay, so user experience is the another type of bug. So this is kind of different kinds of bugs, or you can say that this kind of things could induce errors and bugs into your application. So we need to take care of all these things. Now, what are the best practices in bug reporting? So we see like software development is essential. Yes, we know that. Bug reporting is essential. Yes, we have just seen that. And why it is important, that also we have seen, because if it is precise, it will be good, it will be easy to understand, and your developer could understand easily. He or she can reproduce bugs and resolve the bugs as fast as possible. Okay, now we will see what are some best practices. So first step is provide clear, this is first step, provide clear steps. Okay, your steps, like how did you find that bug? Okay, those are the steps, like step 1, say go to this page. Second, click on let's say for example drop down. Okay. Third, attach file, whatever. Eh, sorry, attach file. Fourth, submit. Click on submit button. Okay? Not just submit. Click submit button. So these are the steps. You provide clear steps like how did you find that bug? What steps did you follow? Okay. Second one is, if possible, include screenshots and logs. Yeah, this is very important, guys. If there is a visual things, visual, if you can provide a visual, reference about the bug, it will be very good. Okay. Logs means from the servers or the console logs that you find in your Chrome and Edge browsers and other browsers. Okay, if there are any errors in that, you can take the screenshot of that, or you can mention those, that this kind of errors we are getting in console. So that is again an important thing. Okay. Classify bug severity. Is it critical? How critical it is? Okay. And what is its severity? For example, if your system crash, so that is your right, system. If you find something which crashed your system, so this is your high severity. Right? You cannot make it as a low severity bug. It is a high severity bug. Okay. Similarly, there could be bugs which could be on low severity. Okay, like they don't impact that much, but yeah, those are bugs. For example, let's take one example that you find some spelling errors on your application. Okay, for example, in an e-commerce website you find some spelling error, right? Let's say it's a, for example, let's take example that instead of product, product, it is written as PRDUCT. Okay, so although this is an issue, it is a, because it is not a good thing to have this kind of issues on your website, but it is not impacting that much. Okay, so this could be on your low severity. Okay, and as I said, use concise description. Provide the description, that you provide steps. You could include screenshots and logs. Okay, and description means what bug you found, right? For example, like I said, system crash. Okay, so you could write while testing or while submitting file or while downloading file, system crashed, right? So this is your description. Okay, while downloading, let's say for example, let's say 5 files simultaneously or in parallel, in parallel, system crashed. Or if you get some error like right, if you get some error like 500, so you can mention that thing, that while downloading 5 files simultaneously or in parallel, we got system issue 500 or 5xx errors. So that's your description. So you should include all these details, or you could include as much details as possible. And it should, your user or your developer, sorry, in our case it's developer. Okay, so your developer should understand it, and your team lead or your manager, okay, they should understand it clearly. It will help them to understand the issue. Okay, what kind of issue it is, how it is, how you come to know about this issue, how did you get this issue, and it helps them to reproduce it again and to work on it as soon as possible. So that's it. And so in market, there are various kind of tools are available for bug reporting. How do you report bugs? Okay, so earlier, I think most of earlier, I am talking about a few years earlier. Okay, so the Excel was used. Now there are multiple tools available like Jira, which is very popular in agile environments. Okay, Jira. Then Bugzilla is also and Bugzilla is an open source tool which is also widely used in software testing and in testing things. You have Trello, which provides you Kanban view. Kanban view means you know this kind of things. This is to do, in progress, done, or any other kind of status you can provide, right? That's it. Then there is one more, then other like you track. Okay, this is another tool, and it's provide you some AI assistance also. So these are just few examples. There are many more tools available. Okay, like ClickHouse, Bootcamp. Even I think Soho also provides you uh, tool provide you some tool for software testing also. So there are multiple tools are available. These are just few examples, and you can use them, and you should see what is best suitable for you and your team. Okay, what is easy to use for you and your team. So that's up to you guys. How do you what tool you use, how do you use it? And these are just example, not just we are not just limiting it on this four things or anything. No, multiple tools available. Go try, use them, and see which is more useful for you. Okay, don't just someone told you that use only Jira, use only one thing. No, use them, see which is more useful or which is more easy to use for you and your team. Okay, and that's it about the tools. So we till now we have talked about bug reporting, why it is important, what is bug reporting, why it is important, what are the some how do you report a bug. Okay, and now we will see what are some future trends in bug tracking. Okay, since the industry, or I say the world, is more moving towards the AI thing. So AI driven testing, obviously, I think the AI revolution has already started. We are seeing the use of AI more and more in most of most of the things. So yes, automated bug detection and resolution and artificial intelligence, using artificial intelligence. How this can help? This AI tool can scan your code, detect anomalies. Anomalies means issues or some other things, categorize bugs in real time, and it could categorize the bugs also, like it's a high priority, high severity things. Okay, then you could see shift left testing. Shift left means the early the tester included in the development life cycle, it will be good. Okay, because you could find bugs early, while while the in the requirement discussion itself we could see okay, this particular thing could cause this kind of issues, so you tell them at the very moment, and then they might change the requirement, or they could think of something else. So that is another thing. Crowdsource testing means you um, use a global community of testers to test you give your application to them, and they test it, and you leverage them. Okay, sometimes there are some companies which provides bounty on certain kind of bug things called as bug bounty. So yep, that is one more thing. One more example of crowdsourcing is A/B testing. Okay, and blockchain for bug tracking. Now, blockchain based bug tracking system, what it can do is blockchain based bug tracking system can offer immutable and decentralized and verifiable records of all reported bugs. Okay, so currently what we do is we whenever we report a bug, it is all centralized. Okay, these are stored somewhere, but with blockchain you don't need a centralized thing, obviously, right? And all your records are on a blockchain. So, and it's difficult to get them deleted, because with centralized thing it is possible that those things could be deleted, and uh, someone might change them, edit by mistake, they could edit it and modified them. So with blockchain this kind of things could not be there. So this is and I think there could be many more things in upcoming future because of the AIs and all these things. So let's see. about the future, but this is what as of now I could think of. This kind of things we could in upcoming trends or in upcoming future we could use. So, guys, now the conclusion is that obviously in software testing, bug reporting is crucial. We know that. Okay, use the right tools. Like we said, whatever the tool your team could understand, which is whatever easy to use for you, use those tools. Okay, not just because of a popularity or the other guys are using. You use no, understand the tool, see if your team can work on it, then use it. Adapt best practices, like we talk about all these things, like provide descriptions, steps, screenshot, okay, logs, the, the more details. Okay, if yeah, what are the parameters you have used? Okay, if you use any certain parameters or credentials, like those things, so provide them. Use best practices in your bug reporting. Okay, and what we have done, we have seen future trends about AI thing. Okay, that AI can be used in software testing. It could detect code early. Okay, it could provide you, while scanning the code, it could provide some anomalies. I think there are already tools available, GitHub Copilot for example, so you can leverage that in your, in your development life cycle, and that helps. So that's it. And yep, thank you guys, thank you for listening me, and I hope this video will help you and you will like this video. So if you have questions, please drop them in comments, and I will see you in our next video.